Yeah. Go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up. Then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you parking up. This the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up. Trying to put the face to the name. Pull up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'ma cut the bullshit. Welcome once again to the GOW After Dark Friday Night Block Party, the Friday Night Smackdown AEW Rampage Review Show. As always, is yours truly, the franchise, aka the GOW's resident tribal chief. With me as always, he is the flies in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Ice Haze King Tuco. Bro, what's good?
Man, what's good is, man, the franchise called it, man. That's what's good, man. He called it. We said it. A bunch of people said it. I was in denial about it because I didn't really think it should happen because it didn't make sense to why that would happen. Plus, you got everything else happening. Plus, like we said earlier, man, you know, there's some overshadowing going on. But there seems to be a bigger play here that maybe we're not seeing and that a lot of people are reading into. But, you know, that's what we're here for, man, to give our expert fan opinion on matters at hand. So with that being said, it's the king, it's the franchise, it's the block party. We're gonna do what we do.
All right, man. So with that being said, look, all right, so we had a segment, man, that lasted about 20 minutes. We had a whole bunch of blackouts during the stream. And when I read
that too, I thought that was just me. You know,
no. So it was me, you, and everybody else. So apparently, I guess a fan had a sign that was in the shot of the camera, and it said "Die Rocky, die." So that they were, every time the camera panned towards that area where the fan was at, they cut that out, obviously because of network regulations. You can't have, you know, that shit. So, you know, so we found out what that was. But bro, so we had Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Hater of the Year, Jimmy Uso, and the Wise Man, Paul Heyman. They all came out to the ring. Roman Reigns talking this 1-2, and then we got that music of the electrifying one, the great one, the people's champ. We got The Rock coming out, and boy, the tribal chief didn't look too happy to see.
Not at all.
He didn't look happy at all. And then The Rock came down and did what he's been doing ever since he came back to WWE. He's sitting up here, he's shitting on the fans. He's little brother in Roman Reigns. And for the most part, bro, Roman Reigns has played backseat driver. He's played passenger princess in this whole scenario. Roman Reigns has sat there and let The Rock come in and do what he does. But there was a moment, brother. There was a moment where the whole world, I believe, took a collective gasp. And that's when The Rock, after all this berating, after all this shenanigans, after all this hyperboles, he said, if you, and he didn't even get a chance to hit the if you smell. And all we see is the camera pan to the hand on the microphone. And then we just get this very long pause, which seemed like it took an eternity. And then we get The Rock looking like, what the fuck? You got Paul Heyman like, what is going on? You got the crowd like, oh my God. Then you got Roman Reigns saying, look, I'll do anything for my family. But I just need one thing from you. Acknowledge me. And here's the crazy part. Because even me, even the franchise, I did not think The Rock was actually going to utter those words. I didn't know somebody's theme song was going to hit. I didn't know if something was going to happen to the point to where it just wasn't going to happen. But then he sat there and said, I acknowledge you,
my family, my
blood.
Yeah. I acknowledge you as my tribal chief, and gave him the dap and the hug.
And gave him an embrace. Now, the thing
I know, let him finish the catchphrase. That right there was the icing on the cake. You let him finish your catchphrase, your most iconic catchphrase. No one else can come out and do the if you smell like you do, and you let him finish that. Boy. See that right there gives me the bigger play aspect of it. Like, man, there's something. Damn, you got to kill him with kindness, boy. I mean, if killing him with kindness was a person, boy, The Rock is that person. It's shit.
Well, and here's the thing, because when that happened, you got the crowd, the thousands thousands in attendance chanting, "You sold out, you sold out." They were pissed, and bro, this did everything it needed to do. Because I told you before we got on the stream, I said, bro, when The Rock laid down the challenge, Cody, you think you're great enough, you're man enough to go one-on-one with the great one? But here's a proposition for you. We businessmen. I like the way how he played that in there. He played up on him being a boss and him doing what's best for business and TKO, and he can get you fired and all this other shit. But he said, you know what, The
Triple
Rock
H ain't got a shot in hell to telling him what to do. So you got that Triple H Rock aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, people want to see hell.
So I like that because you blurring real life with with kayfabe. And then he said this. He said, you know what? You ain't gonna go one-on-one with the great one. You ain't built enough for that. But you and your little girlfriend with the clown shoes, if y'all want to go 2-on-2 with The Rock and the Tribal Chief, then we'll do you this. If you win, if you somehow win, you can go one-on-one, no interference from the bloodline. It is what it is. But if you lose night 2, when you face Roman Reigns, it's gonna be in the bloodline rules match, which pretty much means it's just an elaborate way of saying we can do whatever the hell we want, and you already know what's up. And guess what? It ain't gonna be no surprise if, when, and how we do it. So you got that. But like I said before we got on the stream, bro, bloodline throwing up the ones. A few weeks ago, we seen Rock throwing up the gun, the L, and everybody just kind of like, man, was that on purpose? Do he just not know what he doing? But then he did it again this week, and you got Paul Heyman off
fixed it.
And he fixed it. And you got Paul Heyman off in the cut, and he just staring a hole through The Rock. Because even Paul Heyman is conniving. He is the most used car salesman ass person I've ever seen, if I've ever seen one. And he know this bullshit. He smelled blood in the water, but nobody else in the bloodline seems to know this. And here's the thing. You know how Roman feels about his family. Paul, you bet not be wrong about Rock being the inside man. You bet not be wrong about Rock being a double agent. Because guess what? What's up, bro? Here's where I feel like Roman is Paul is in the rock and the hard place, literally. If he doesn't say anything and The Rock fucks Roman, why did you say anything? If you say anything and The Rock uses smooth ass charisma and his position and his power to sway Roman, Paul still fucked. So it's like, yo, what do we do here? Because you don't know.
Paul's in a pickle because he acknowledged them. So even if he is playing them, he did already did the one thing that he would need to do to get Roman to sway over. He acknowledged him. He's like, bro, I acknowledge you. He's like, shit, I needed that. All right, let's do whatever it is you want to do. So now he's at his beck and call. He's at his beck and call. Doug says, man, you can tell The Rock didn't like it when Roman stopped him. And it took everything he could. It took everything he could do to say he acknowledged Roman. Rock turned on Roman. Doug, my man, what's up? What it do?
What's up, man?
I truly think it did take a minute, but because the dramatic effect of him like, what's wrong, man? What's up? Like, acknowledge you. You know what? I will acknowledge you. And in a way, even if he's not playing them, it makes sense because he's already said the dude is the best champion ever in WWE. He's already said ahead of the table. Like, he's kind of already said all this stuff. But acknowledging him was the one thing that he didn't do. But he gave Roman all his praise. He was giving it to him. And as far as the big brother, I don't really see it so much as the big brother. I mean, let's look at it for what it is. The Rock is one of the greatest talkers of all time. I mean, who you gonna want to hear talk for 20 minutes? Roman Reigns or The Rock? Roman is good. He's gotten better as a heel, but there's only so much he's gonna really say that's really gonna captivate you without someone else out there being something he can bounce off of as far as dialogue or whatever. But The Rock could just be The Rock, and he could just go out there, I mean, and just do his thing because he's The Rock. We want to hear him talk shit. We want to hear everything that he says. So, it does have that element of look, but I mean, I really just think it just makes better sense for let The Rock do what he do. He's a Rock. Shit. So you can't get a Rock in there and not talk. The Rock not talking don't make sense. I'm sorry, that just don't right.
So when I said little brother, and we gonna hit these comments. When I said little brother, I just mean in just the demeanor and the presentation of The Rock and Roman in general. Every time they walk somewhere, Rock is always ahead, and you got Roman trailing. Something as simple as when they pose and taking pictures, you got The Rock. Certain his dominance, his personality. He's in the front, he's in the center. So
He's the Rock. You can't deny
I know, but
that, though,
but
man.
here's the
Even
thing,
if
bro.
you the
But here's
head
the
of the
thing.
table,
I
even
get
if you
that.
the head of the table, you can't deny that, though.
But here's the thing. You the head of the table. You got respect. But bro, you the torch is passed. The torch is over. If I'm everything you say I am, bro, I respect what you did for our family, and because of you, I'm here right now. You Hollywood. I'm the one that WWE's entrusted for the last 10 years to carry this motherfucker on my back with or
No
without
doubt.
Cena.
No
I'm the
doubt.
guy right now with the most main events outside of the Undertaker, back to back to back to back to back.
No
You
doubt.
are back and part of my story. So it's kind of like, come on,
Yes
man.
and no, man. Yes
Come
and no.
on,
He's
man.
the
Don't
Rock.
do me like
He's the
that,
Rock.
bro.
But he's the Rock. He's been showing up. He showed up, and it had nothing to do with Roman Reigns, and it was Pat McAfee and Austin Theory in the ring, dude.
Yeah.
That was the big. So it's like he's the Rock. It's like, yeah, he came back and did this thing, but The Rock never needs Roman Reigns to come back and be relevant. The Rock can come back
Right.
and say nothing for 20 minutes and
Right.
people are fine with it. So I get what you're trying to say, but it's like,
Yeah.
bro, it's The Rock. Come on, man. You got to keep that respect on that man's name. He can just show up whenever and he can just do him. It's Roman Reigns or not. Hell, he's been showing up before he showed up to talk to Roman Reigns all this time, even if it did lead up to it. But still, yeah, man, the Rock is The Rock. You know, if he got the time and he want to do it, he gonna show up and he gonna do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Doug says, man, Fro says, do we get Tamatonga debut at the WrestleMania for the Bloodline? He could, but officially it would be some controversy because he's a part of the Bloodline, but he's not officially a part of the group. But yet, they could play the words on that, like they did with Jimmy. When Solo debuted. Then Doug says, Rock says Solo might sing the national anthem. He has a
I ain't
good
gonna
voice.
lie. You said, hey, the cameraman is dick. Did you see how the cameraman panned in on Solo to see if he gonna crack?
Even the wife noticed that, like, he wiped his face away so he can keep his straight face. Like, he like, nah, bro, don't, come on, man, stop it. Stop it. The national anthem, stop it, bro, stop it. Come on, Rock, why are you playing with me like this? Because there's a couple of times he done made that boy change his facial expression. Like, you could tell, like, Solo, like, man, bro, stop it. Like, I'm trying to remain professional, and you sit up here cracking jokes and shit and being funny. Like, come on, man. That's Cesaro right now, aka Claudio, getting a victory on the start of Rampage. Bro, man. Is Solo feeling oozy? He was feeling very oozy. he was trying to maintain the composure, man. He was trying.
I ain't gonna lie.
Did you notice Roman's face when The Rock was talking? Roman's face was like he knows he has to keep an eye on him, on The Rock. And he does, because again, he was irritated when he had to stay, but once The Rock got to talking, he seemed to be okay with it. But he needed that acknowledgement. He needed to know that The Rock was on his behalf and not just back for himself or anything else. And again, like I say, that could be the very thing that, like I say, that sets up the stab in the back.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, that whole first segment, man. I was thoroughly entertained. I will say this. I don't know. I feel like it's The Rock, so you go give him 20 minutes regardless. But I do feel like lately, man, I hate to say it because it's The Rock. I love The Rock, but I feel like he's almost trying a little too hard with the heel promo. And my thing is, I like when he come out talk trash. The crackhead Karens and the meth head Marys. I like that, but I feel like there was a couple of times where you could see him stuttering and having to repeat himself because you could tell it's almost like he lost his train of thought mid promo. So he was trying to gather himself. To me, I feel like he's trying almost too hard because deep down, the fans don't really hate The Rock. That's the thing. Like, yeah, fans were initially pissed because we all thought that he came and took Cody's spot. That was some bullshit. Yeah, we were all pissed. But after that, the fans aren't really like, he's saying heel shit, but the fans are cheering it. Like when he said that, I forgot what part of Arizona he said they was at or whatever. But like, yeah, he like, you're the number one statistically, you're the number one place for like crackheads or some shit, bro. They all cheer and clap. Like
because it's The Rock talking shit. Oh shit, The Rock talk shit about us. Again, dude, it's The Rock. He can just show up and say, "Hey, ABC 1, 2, 3. If you're some man," and then walk out, man. That dude, that's The Rock. He got that. He got that, dude. It is what it is. But it is because that's what makes it. That's what makes it more curious about the turn, because it's is he overdoing it, like just to try to sell that he's on Roman's side, or
right.
Or just because let's be honest, man. The Rock has free reign, but he has free reign within a frame. Okay,
yes.
So let's be honest. We've heard The Rock say worse.
We have.
So, but yet still do it in a great way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of probably what he really wanted to say, he probably couldn't really say, or they didn't want him to say. So he had to improvise on certain shit that was really kind of still PG-ish. I mean, because it was.
I've noticed he's been saving his real raunchy shit for Instagram, so I can respect it.
Right. So it's like even though even though he's doing what he's doing and he's being the heel Rock and he's still saying some outlandish shit, but it's at least the core of not too denigrating of any one individual group of people, or anything like that. So,
well, I don't know, man.
He's still got a line to walk on, man. Head of the board or not, board member or not, you still got a line to toe. So,
I was about to say, I don't know, man. You call the whole city, crackheads.
I mean, but is it true? That's the question. Is Arizona, is Phoenix, Arizona, or Glendale, whatever? Is it the number one place for crackheads because it's so hot? You can smoke it off of anything. I mean, the ground, it gets as hot as 120 degrees and everything starts melting. Dude, does the crack evaporate and you can just sniff it? I mean, what is the crack different in Phoenix? I don't know, but I'm just saying that's a hell of a statistic to bring up. It could be a great thing.
He said they got crack vapors.
Right, you know what I'm saying? The crack turns into vapor, man. You know
I hate you.
All right, man. I'm just saying, bro. Just saying. Fro says Rock and Roman are going to win night 1 to stack the deck for night 2 and make Cody win feel bigger. And I still think Rollins is more hurt than they are letting on, and we will get a Priest cash in. I do agree on the Priest cash in.
Yeah.
This is the reason why and honestly, that Rollins injury is the reason why I'm questioning the tag team match. Like, I get it, but it's like, bro, you kind of in a way, I almost kind of want to say you almost should just have Cody versus Roman Reigns, Cody versus Rock on night 1. And if he loses, you keep the stipulation. You just make it against the Rock.
But here's the thing. I think I see this is where I agree, but I disagree. Because I don't believe, bro. We gotta think about it. Every match The Rock has had within the last, let's say, 8 to 10 years, he's gotten hurt. And it's not been little injuries. It's been tears on top of tears, of surgery on top of surgery.
Yeah, but the man is also weightlifting at a ungodly age.
Bro, he cannot go 15 to 20 minutes with Cody Rhodes one-on-one. He knows that. You know that. You know goddamn well you don't want to see 55-year-old Rock in a 15, 20-minute match with Cody Rhodes. You already don't like half of what Cody do anyway. And then you telling me he got to pull this shit off on The Rock? And The Rock
No. First of all, I hate the jumping off the rope crossroads. I hate the jumping off the top rope cross cutter. That's what I hate. I hate the jumping off the ropes cutter of Cody. I'll give Cody his in-ring because as a wrestler, the guy knows how to wrestle. He knows how to work the ring. He knows how to work the crowd. Like, I'll give Cody all of that. Him versus Rock would be the same thing we would get from him versus Roman. This is not going to be like an up and down, fast pace. It's going to be a catcher's catch can kind of type of match. Like, no, it's going to be slow. It's going to be methodical. It's going to be with some shenanigans because The Rock is going to be healed. Cody's going to, try to overcome. Like, they're going to tell a story. They're not going to go rush into a big brawl. But and this is a huge but. I mean, I'm not saying I would want to see that match, but it's just more a question of Seth Rollins legitimacy of the injury.
Yeah.
Can he do 2 matches?
Mhm.
Is doing 1 match going to put another match in jeopardy? That's what I'm questioning. And that's why it's like, because y'all are literally not having this man wrestle for 2 months. Like, damn, it's been almost Rollins hasn't had a match since the Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. When he fought Jinder Mahal. When he fought Jinder Mahal, that was his last match. He ain't fought since then.
But do we? Okay, but here's the thing: do we need him to fight though? That's the thing.
Yes,
like
because
I don't care to see.
No. Yes, he fights. Drew's been fighting. Cody's been fighting. Sammy's been fighting. Everybody's been. Seth can fight. He doesn't have to have a match every week. He can show up like him and Walter have been doing. They've been on the show. They've been, if they had a match, they had a match. If it was a tag team match, cool. If it was a single match, cool. But they didn't wrestle every week, but they were on the show. They were active. Seth's being on the show as the talking part is fine. He's doing that. He's not wrestling the every now and then like he has been. So yes, the fact that Seth isn't wrestling, it's not the same as Roman Reigns. We know not to expect Roman Reigns to ever wrestle on SmackDown. Hell, I can't even recall the last time Roman Reigns wrestled legitimately on SmackDown. So with Seth, it's a different. It's a different with Seth, because we know if we watch Seth wrestle in 2 weeks, we know he's wrestling by the 3rd week. We ain't seen Seth wrestle in a while. That's why I say, if you're deliberately keeping him off, like, that's nah, bro. Like, that's nah. We gotta question that.
So, but you gotta remember, he did suffer a very serious injury, and the question was, would he even be able to show up at Mania? So if we're playing it safe, like, if he is clear right now, but we just playing it safe to avoid another injury, because let's be honest, Seth Rollins is very injury plagued. He don't get hurt a lot, or rephrase, he doesn't get injured a lot. But when he gets injured, he's on the show for months on top of months. So it's like, you already lost Punk, you already lost Lesnar. There goes the fucking match with Gunther. So that's 3 big moments. And now, do you risk possibly losing Seth Rollins again? That's the thing. Because like you said, he got hurt against Jinder Mahal, and that wasn't a very tedious match. It was just he ended up landing wrong and tore his shit. And that was against fucking Jinder. Do you want him missing Mania because of a talent like Jinder? No offense. But it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Fro says, does Tony allow Dustin to be in Cody or Seth's corner? Well, no, because he's still under contract to AEW. So he won't be at WrestleMania. Doug says, Rock said something about 22 inches. I guess a fan thought he was talking about his manhood. Rock said something like, get your mind out the gutter. Rock said, I'm talking about my arms. Yeah. I mean, honestly, first and foremost, I don't think no man walking around here with 22 inches of nothing between his leg is getting anything. Because I doubt it. First and foremost,
hey, that's nasty.
I mean, man, first and foremost, I mean, somebody may want it, but I doubt if they want it that big or whatever. I doubt if they want it like that. They probably want a lot of people to be scared. You might stab their brain or something. I'm just saying.
Fucking IQ out your ass.
Might puncture a heart or something. ain't nobody trying to go through that, man. But no, man. I just really we'll see, man. Again, my biggest question is Seth's injury. Is how legitimate is it for him to do that? Fro says little blue pill. Yeah, somebody took about a whole bottle of them blue.
A whole bottle of diamonds, yeah.
And they're looking like a flagpole. But bro, man, that segment alone by itself, like we just did, took most of the show, dude. That was like 50 minutes. That was like, damn. They took 2 commercial. How the hell you take 2 commercial breaks?
The shit that killed me is you took a commercial break right after a commercial break.
Oh man, I'm like, damn. I mean, I know they got to get it in, but shit, you was gonna let The Rock do 50 minutes. You should have made it an hour free. It should have been commercial free. That way, he could have just did what he did, and you
know what? That would have been smart business though, because you know what? They need them to do the commercials while The Rock there, because they know the people that come back and watch the shit. See, if you do a commercial doing some little regular rinky-dink ass match, I'll find something else to that match over with.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But it's The Rock, and right now you want to see him talk shit to Cody Rhodes.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna do this. Much like LeBron James, I'm gonna enjoy this man while he's here because it ain't gonna be forever.
Yeah.
So and we're gonna move forward. But I know I talked a lot of shit. I was very in my feelings when I felt like The Rock is about to take Cody's spot too. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, like you told me, it's all part of the plan. God's plan, bro. We got people. Who is Avatar Evolution 2023? How you doing?
The Rock is back. Yeah, he's back. We're gonna see how long though. Well, he's gonna be back every week this month leading up until WrestleMania. So he's already sold out Dallas. They already sold out the show after that. So we know The Rock gonna be there. My thing is, man, how much more do you got to say? How much more do you got to say? That's going to be the thing. That's the whole thing about the talking and not wrestling aspect of it, or not, something happening. It's just right. What more can you say? Like, dude, you're spending 20 to 30 minutes talking. You can only say so much to keep people involved. So, it is what it is. But my man Avatar says, yeet, yeet, yeet. Yeet. Doug says, why are they putting Braun Breaker against jobbers? Because they're trying to build him up on the Smackdown roster. Yeah. Though some people know him on NXT, you still have the casual people who don't watch NXT. And you want to just introduce them to what Braun Breaker is, and that's what they did. They're just doing that, showing you his power, showing you what he is, and then just getting you, getting you familiar with him on a big main roster wise. So that's the only reason why. Outside of that, though, he'll be soon going up against other people. Don't worry. He'll give him time. Give him time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kev says, since SummerSlam going to be in Cleveland next year, you mean this year? This year, baby. Y'all going? Man, look, we talk about some stuff. That's all I can say.
Hey, we're going to find a way. Where's a will, there's a way.
Yes, sir. Hey, playing
Brad Vaughn going to be wrestling. Brad Vaughn going to be wrestling on the pre-show.
Hey, Brad Vaughn versus Maserati West. I feel a Cleveland street fight going on. A St. Clair Stampede.
The flawless phenomenon, Joey V.
Oh man, Joey V go hop out the micro balling federation. Hey, you got a little wrestler buddies.
Oh man, oh hell no.
Oh man,
we got Tiny Rio coming out. I don't know who she about to fight, but
hey, side note, don't know if this is true. I guess as a quote unquote journalist, I should have dug a little more into it, but I seen it online. The internet is kind of true. Shohei Ohtani is apparently married to God damn it, what is her name? Hikaru Shida.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's just randomly popped up online. Like, huh.
Trisha
again, allegedly.
I'm gonna keep my comment to myself. All right, we got Trisha Dora coming down to fight Rio.
Oh yeah. You ain't hip. No. You are now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But
it is what it is. It is what it is. I just
you get Trisha Dora, then you get Queen Amanada, and then you get Sky Blue. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, but in other news.
Yeah. In other news, what was the rest of the show, my guy?
So I'm sorry.
Not gonna break me, Satan. Not gonna break me.
The crazy part, bro. I'm honestly not even trying to laugh. It's just, man, you know how we go. You know how we do. I'm trying to get it together. I feel like Solo Sokoa. All right, so here's something that kind of made my ass itch. Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. Not mad at the fact that Tiffany Stratton lost. I'm mad at the fact that Naomi was just a fucking former world champion went out and made a name for herself after being out of WWE for years. And now you coming back and being treated like a goddamn jobber. Now I understand you got to trust the process. It's Triple H, but this is kind of annoying. I love Tiffany Stratton, love her to death. I also know Naomi's lineage in WWE and what she can do. Ain't no way in the hell my girl got a jobber entrance and she got beat and damn near squashed. What are your thoughts on that, man? Or did you not look too much into that?
I didn't look too much into it. She already beat Liv, and Liv's a former champion. You know, you put respect on
that's fair.
So I gotta look at it like that.
That's fair.
And as far as Tiffany, I told you, man, Charlotte's out. They need a new Charlotte right now. She's the active Charlotte right now. She's the new Charlotte. She's that new hot chick that's coming out, and she's got to make a name for herself. She already made a name for herself in the Elimination Chamber. She's already had a few matches on the main roster. Sure. Obviously, she already made her name in NXT. Mm-hmm. Honestly, there's no reason really for nothing else for her to do but to be where she is right now.
Right.
So it's fine. I didn't look into it that much like you did as far as Naomi. But she'll get on the winning streak soon. Right now, you know, it's a process. It's a process.
Yeah, for sure. Hey man, look, something else I was right on. We had the Kabuki Warriors versus Bayley and Dakota Kai.
Everybody was right on that because I told you I was just waiting for that to happen. I was definitely just waiting for that to happen.
Dakota Kai turned on Bayley, so we finally got that. So now we know what that is about. Then we get a cool little segment, man. Nick Aldis, Jay Cargill, and Io Sky backstage. No, them two ladies just kind of having to stare off. So we kind of testing the waters, getting the gauge on that. But we still got to see. Like Doug said earlier, we had Braun Breaker versus Zion Quinn. Brian ended up winning in the squash. We got the street fight, Carlito versus Santos Escobar. Carlito ended up winning with the help of a returning Rey Mysterio. And then we get the main event, man. We get that boy, the Legend Killer, the 14-time World Heavyweight Champion, Randy freaking Orton, going up against, oh my God, why am I Austin Theory. Austin Theory. And it wasn't a bad match. But of course, shenanigans would ensue. Orton get the win. You got Orton and you got KO stunning and RKOing people to end the night. And then that was that. Now we, dipped in the AEW Rampage. But overall, Smackdown, up, down, middle, mid. What you thinking?
Let me hit on a few points first. Jade Cargill. I see some of the comments people are questioning or asking. I, for one, believe she's on the wrong show.
Smackdown?
Because I don't see her having no quality match with nobody on that show outside of Bianca, Bayley, Charlotte if she was there. That's about it. Everybody else is so small. It's going to be the same problem that it was here in AEW. Like I feel like there's going to be some aspects that's going to be an issue for her against some of them people. Now, if she goes over to Raw, or if you blend up some of the talent over there, because on Raw, I feel like she's got a better set of competition.
Right.
SmackDown, I'm seeing 2, maybe 3 people. 2 in the possible, okay? That's barely a book in spades. So you know what I'm saying? You can barely put that down as a passable score to have. You can't even put just 2 in the possible. You got to do more. 4? 4 is a minimum. You got to do more. You got to at least do 4.
He breaking down that Quinn talk.
I don't even see the 4 on SmackDown. Like I don't see a legit 4. So unless they shake things up, which I would think they're going to do after a while.
Wait, so you don't think she can have? Or so what about like an Oscar? Because like Oscar, she's smaller, but she's
I'll give you Oscar, but
Io, I think that could be something.
But we know how the optics of how that's gonna look, though. We're talking about a chick that's not as established as everyone else in the ring, and then her look, and then.
But that's the thing. Do you have her just right off the rip? I granted she's been off TV for months. I get it. But do you risk having her just go out there with the big dogs? Like, you want to build her up like hell, even Braun Breaker against squash matches?
I mean, she's going to have some squash matches. There's enough women that have squash matches. But the problem is, I feel like there's too many women on SmackDown to have squash matches with than her to have competition. Like that. And if that's the way I got to put it, then that's how I put it. Like Charlotte, okay. So you got 3. You got Bayley, Belair, and Charlotte. I'll give you the 3. There's your 3. Give me a 4th. That's on SmackDown right now. That's like, yeah, because Raquel's on Raw. Nia Jax's on Raw. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks is on Raw. Who else am I missing? Not I said Nia Jax.
Did we say Rhea already?
Mommy the Champ, she's on Raw. Hell, Piper Nevins. It's like, bro, it's on Raw. It's like, man, anybody that could give her work, but she can have a good match with and beat. Like, to me, they're on the other show that she's been showing up on. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay if Nick Aldis don't get Jade Cargill. But if they if they do a draft and they shake up some of that women's division on Raw and put one of those women on SmackDown, then you got a different conversation.
No. You know what? That's fair. And when you put it that way, hey, look, I agree. Maybe, well, no, you can't send her to NXT because she'll be too big of a big fish in a small pond. You
already got Lash Legend down there. You don't need 2 black women that can barely wrestle. You don't need that. We don't need that. You know.
I said nothing. Hey,
I still like Jay better, way better.
Yeah. I love Jay. But no, like you said, you absolutely hit the nail right on the head, man. Like, bro, any other thoughts on SmackDown? Any other points? Any other thing that stuck out to you tonight?
Man, no, not really, man. Just nothing really, man. It was just, them the Rock, other than the Rock acknowledging Roman Reigns. That was it. For me, that was the big thing. Everything else was just kind of like we just had the pay-per-view, so now we had to talk about everything that happened from the pay-per-view. So it really wasn't nothing crazy about this show. As Rio picked up the victory over Rio picked up the victory. I couldn't even try to remember her name. Clive broke it down, but Tamina is no longer wrestling, so you can take her name off. Naomi. Okay, you gotta, you know what? You make him bored because you got 4th. You got your Naomi. Naomi could be the 4th one. All right, there you go. I give you that. But Raw still has the better. Like, look at that. Like, that's just a hell of a roster that Clive put down for each show. So hey, still to me, SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown could be the groundwork for her to get better, and then she can move over to Monday Night Raw. But we'll see. What do you think about Shawn Spears showing up on NXT? Okay, cool for him.
He said, "Man."
I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what he do with it.
It was cool to see, but to me, I personally didn't feel like that was anything groundbreaking.
That's why I say we'll see what he do with it. We'll see what they do with it, and then we'll go from there. Right now, it's okay. He came back. He's using a different name. That's it.
Hey, I pick up what you're putting down, brother. I pick up what you're putting down.
Clive, I wouldn't bank on that no time soon.
Hell no.
Not even as something I want to see. But bro, right now, man, Rampage is just really just going through a series of matches with the CMLL wrestlers coming on having one-on-one matches. Don't ask me who the guy that fought Claudio. I never heard of him before, but Claudio won, and then Claudio picked him up and gave him a knee. The show pretty much Rampage just really just gearing up. It's a go home show. It's a go home show for the pay-per-view. They're not really doing too much, anything all that crazy. Cool Hands just got his ass whooped, and Ruby Soho got knocked out by Saraya because she's jealous. And then some dude, I don't even know who the hell it was, but I'm pretty sure I probably should know who he is. He slapjacked the boy and knocked him out. But other than that, they're just doing promos and everything. Like I said, hyping up the pay-per-view. Not really much on the show, which is why I was okay with us just coming on the 10 and just talking what we did for SmackDown, because Raw really isn't doing too much. They're saving everything for the pay-per-view Sunday. So, and very understandable. I'm not mad about it.
No. We Shit, we just on for the people. We on for the people.
We're just on for the people, man. So, any questions you on AEW Sting last match? What you mean, Clyde? What are my thoughts on the match? I mean, I want him to win. Period.
You heard it, man. Period. God damn it. You know, and I wanted to come back from the rafters, but the King said he was fine with just the one time. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it was. And, I will say that. You see that, man? People were making a fuss about that, like, oh my God, that was disrespectful to Owen Hart. How was that disrespectful? How was things coming down from the Raptors disrespectful to Owen Hart when he was doing it right before Owen Hart was doing all that and before Owen Hart had passed? Like, I didn't get that aspect of it from a lot of people. Like, that just didn't make sense. Like, I can understand folks that didn't watch it. Like, I watched wrestling back then.
Yeah.
What was the problem? Yeah, I understand he died from trying to do that move, but
and you know what was
mocking him?
But you know what's crazy? Tony Khan actually put out on Twitter that he actually talked to Martha Hart and got the blessing to do that spot with Sting, even though it was already Sting's thing anyway. But of course, because of that, so like, and you already know her relationship and the Hart family relationship with AEW. So she didn't give a fuck. So yeah, I saw that too, and I thought that was kind of weird that fans like, bro, like, how is that disrespectful at all? Like, if anything, even if you didn't know that was Sting's thing back in the day, you could have said that's paying homage. If this man wants to hang 100 fucking feet from the ceiling, that's his body. Like,
I mean, I know, but that just doesn't, like, again, how is it disrespectful to Owen Hart? Like, I'm sorry, was there a meeting that said, all right, man, because Owen Hart died from this, nobody else can ever do this move, we're gonna retire? Was that a thing that people talked about? Like, I can get the, being respectful aspect of it, and I don't have a problem with that from TK. And that's what he did, and she said, I don't have a problem with it. Do what you want to do. I'm not upset about it because obviously it wasn't a thing for her. So why the hell is it a thing for y'all? And why do y'all feel he needed to get permission? Like, bruh, we've been watching Sting come from the Raptors until we watched the dude do it for a whole 2 years. For a whole 2 years, this dude would just show up, whoop some ass, put a strap on a couple of dudes, and take people up with him. Like, bro, like I'm sorry. You can't just use Owen Hart. You can't say, oh, showing respect. No. What did Sting do that was disrespectful? That's my aspect. If you know what Sting did when he became the Crow Sting and he wore the black and he had the face paint and he was coming down. Well, I'm sorry. No, y'all got to kick rocks with that on that, man. You got to miss me with that one, man. Y'all. I need a better explanation, man. Everybody can say, "Oh, it was out of." No, there was no need. How was it disrespectful? Because he passed away from that way. Okay, wrestlers have passed away from a lot of other things, but I don't see people going out their way because of certain other things. No, man, come on, man. It's just one of those nitpicking. Like, we just gotta. Oh, like, really? You saw Sting come out the Raptors, and you don't remember Sting coming out the Raptors. You thought Owen Hart. How? I need somebody to break that down for me. How did you see Sting coming from the Raptors when that's an iconic thing that he's done?
Yeah.
How did you get Owen Hart?
You know what? One, they're a bunch of crybaby bitches, but two, if you notice, hey, look, we watch AEW, WWE, we watch all this shit. So this ain't me being, one against the other. This is me calling it. Okay, bro, we talking about this shit during AEW. So if you got a problem, fuck you. Now that I get that out the way, AEW fans are some of the most disrespectful fans out of the pro wrestling community. Now we got WWE drones; they're kiss asses.
No, I feel like it's equal on both sides because I be seeing them comments, boy. Them comments be wild.
They do. But hey, look, I've seen the AEW faithful. I've seen the AEW nation, bro.
Oh yeah, I've seen. Oh yeah.
Dude, if you don't know who a motherfucking Japanese microballer from 1945 is, and he have a random match on Dynamite, and you say who it is, bruh, you getting crucified. You
Oh
are,
yeah.
hey,
Oh yeah.
that is a
Oh yeah.
death sentence. At least in WWE, I could be like, Brian Burker, who the fuck is that? Oh, it's a dude in NXT. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Bruh, AEW, they give you no slack. So here's my thing. I've seen how disrespectful they could be. They have no respect for their fellow wrestling fan. But you will sit up here and get mad at Sting because he so-called disrespected somebody who was no longer here, and that was his thing
I
too.
don't know, but I don't know if it was so the way the tweet came out. Now I don't know if it was Goldberg's real account because when I saw it, it was a post and the name on it said Goldberg, and I don't know if it was really Goldberg's Twitter or whatever. So I don't think it came from AEW loyal. I think it came from somebody who's WWE because usually when people are shitting on something AEW does like that, it's usually somebody who's a fan of WWE. And usually when it's someone from shitting on the WWE, it's usually a fan of AEW.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at that. I said, okay, somebody from WWE making light of it, but it's like again, how do you know wrestling? How can you claim to know wrestling if you don't know that this man did this for a whole 2 years, damn near?
Yeah.
Like that's my whole that's my whole thing about when people want to nitpick and overlook and just blatantly just leave out information and shit that makes things, bring things full circle. It's like, bro, again, how can you where's the how did you get Owen Hart, man? You just is it Owen Hart? Like that's who that was the first person you thought of? Like, bro, first thing I thought of when I seen Sting come out the Raptors. Oh shit, Sting just came out the Raptors like he did at WCW. Owen Hart didn't even cross my mind, bro. I didn't even think of Owen Hart not 1 millisecond. Owen Hart did not come through to my head.
You know why? Because
an iconic moment from an icon of something he did years ago.
Because whoever tweeted that or had a problem with it clearly don't know their wrestling history, and that's fine if you don't know your wrestling history. But you and I, bro, we both
blatant about that though. You don't know because you don't want to.
Exactly, because you and I, we both are like, oh shit. And here's the thing. See, the internet is a beautiful tool, right? It is the greatest and also the worst thing that mankind has ever come across. Because my thing is this: if you didn't know what that moment signified, when you hopped on socials, when you hopped online, when you hopped on YouTube, when you hopped on whatever, you seen people do side-by-side comparisons. You seen people upload videos of him as Crow Sting in WCW. You seen him in TNA. So, all you had to do was just type in Sting entrance, and you would have seen all his old shit from the Raptors, just every kind of, incarnation of Sting, Surfer Sting, Crow Sting, and then he had another Joker Sting and shit like that. So it's like, yeah, bro, a couple of keystrokes, them same little figures you use to tweet. You could have typed that shit in the search bar,
and that's all it ever takes. And I'd be feeling that like, damn, like you sitting there, you took all this time to say this bullshit, but you couldn't have took that same time, man, to get your information right. Like, man, come on, man. Doug says, man, there is one guy in WWE that I just can't see all the hype about him. Bronson Reed. Woo, man, bro, I need you to man. Doug says he ain't feeling Bronson Reed. He
wait. Hold on. Doug said that?
Doug said he can't feel he don't understand it. He said the math ain't math in franchise. He needs to understand it. Somebody needs to teach him.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Because Bronson Reed, that's been my guy since NXT. I know you've been rocking with him since NXT. Now I know when he was first in WWE, they kind of dicked him around a little bit after the fact. But guess what? He back now. He the big strong boy. Doug, my question to you would be, what do you not see in Bronson Reed? Because I feel like WWE has done a great job since his return at protecting his character and making him look like the monster he is. Now, if you haven't seen a real, true, in-depth Bronson Reed match, me and King, man, we like to talk about big, meaty men that are highly athletic. The Bam Bam Bigelows, the Miros, the Samoa Joes. Bronson Reed, man, he's a big guy that moves very well for a guy that shouldn't do what he does at his size. I think you will like him, man. Maybe it's a character or a personality thing. Does his personality, does that not hit you?
Man, I mean, something. I don't know. I'll be wondering, man. Class says Joker Sting, NWO Sting, Wolfpack Sting. So it doesn't matter. They all came from the Raptors at one point in time. Doug says, man, here's something cool I saw on Facebook when Magnum TA had his car wreck. Flair and the Horsemen were brought in late. at night to see Magnum, and Flair gave him a copy of the belt. That was cool. Oh yeah, but that was cool, But again, man, it's just I just need them to make sense of it, man. Like y'all just can't say, "Oh, that was disrespectful to Owen Hart." How? Where? Just where? Like what aspect did I'm sorry? Did they play Owen Hart's music? Did they play the blue? And it wasn't even Owen Hart. To be honest, it wasn't Owen Hart with the black and purple. With Owen Hart dressed as the damn bluebird, with the whatever the hell his alter ego character. I mean, we understand who it was, but it's like, bro, that wasn't an everyday thing that he was doing. That was a one-off thing he was gonna do. That wasn't like something. I feel like they nitpick. Somebody put something out, and then the internet and the world went with it, and it's like, oh, TK, this is why. And I feel like that's all it was. It was just something to just crap on Tony Khan for, and it's like, what, like, bro, like he shouldn't even have to He shouldn't have had to do that. Like, there's no reason he should have had to go ask Martha Hart or whatever. He shouldn't have had to go do that. Like, I'm sorry, you going to have to tell me why. Like, I can understand if it was a tribute to Owen Hart or some shit like that, and then you did that. Okay, that's something different. You're paying a tribute to Owen Hart, or it's the Hart tournament you got going on. You got somebody coming from the Raptors. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, but that's not what we got here. None of that had nothing to do with Owen Hart, man. Again, when I saw it happen, Owen Hart was nowhere near my mind. Not 1 minute did I think, damn, man, I hope Owen Hart family cool with that. Bro,
Bro,
what? No disrespect to the Hart family, but just not where my mind was at. He can move in the ring. Bronson can move in the ring. He's a good mover in the ring, man. He's just the problem is, and I think for you, Doug, is the problem that I have with a lot of people going to WWE, and I don't want to go to franchise. I'm going to get his thoughts on this because I've said it quite a few times. I understand a lot of people left because they wanted to show their worth and show what their worth is, but a lot of people came rushing back, and I said, I don't know with the current roster and the way that they've moved now. Right. I don't know if everybody coming back is going to have a spot because Bronson's been there, but they barely been using him.
Yeah.
Now he just had a baby, so that's the reason why he hasn't been there lately. But prior to that, he really wasn't doing much. So again, you're bringing guys back, and they're just not doing anything. Is this a problem yet? Do you think this will be a problem moving forward? Even when he comes back, do you think we'll see more of him, or will we still see the less of him that we've been getting? And can WWE do anything to fix it? Because I understand, man, because again, it's more about the entertainment than it is about the wrestling in this company. Even though the Triple H has put more focus to the wrestling, we still understand what WWE is. Mm-hmm. Can you see a guy like Bronson Reed or Andrade or others who are coming back? Are they going to get legit runs, or do they got to wait for somebody to get injured to get an opportunity?
So I want to make sure I answer your question thoroughly. So I'm gonna go piece by piece. You asked, do I think I can see him having a legitimate run? I do. However, I believe also you need to go away for people to miss you, right? So he's come back. He's kind of got thrown into the fold. You are absolutely correct. You have said this 1,000 times. There's been so many people that's been hired by WWE at one time that it's kind of like, for the longest time, even when Triple H was making them hirings, when he first took over fully for creative control, we're saying like every other week or every other month, there was a new person, a guy or girl getting brought into the fold. You still had to finish off those storylines. You get what I'm saying?
And not only that, but you say that, and it's like, but that's the same thing people complained about AEW doing, but 100%. Everybody seems to be fine with WWE.
So 100%. Now, I can't make any excuses for WWE, and I won't. I would say the one thing that WWE has to their credit, which they've started doing recently with the Good Brothers, right? Because the Good Brothers, think about it. Carl Anderson was the open weight champion when he got signed to WWE. He was still a champion of a whole ass another company, not a brand, a company. And then, so, they went out on their own and had a run in TNA, killed it. New Japan, killed it. Had a little stint in AEW on behalf of TNA, killed it. Then came to WWE and they did shit. It's taken a year, but now they're doing stuff in NXT. So are they bigger than?
Same though. It ain't the same.
It's not the same, but you know what? If they're willing to take that paycheck, okay, cool. You know, as a fan, I hate it. I hate it because I know in my heart we've seen what these guys done outside of WWE. They're bigger than NXT, and that's no disrespect. Because AJ Styles did a program down there. We done had fucking Johnny Gargano go back several times. We had Finn Balor go back and reinvent himself. But
Dolph went down there and won
exactly. So this is no disrespect. But my thing is this. I will say this. As far as Bronson Reed goes, he just had a kid. Okay, I would say if I'm Bronson, I don't even want to come back to WWE after WrestleMania. Go ahead.
Well, obviously, I mean, no one should come back before WrestleMania because you're not a part of the story.
And my thing is, they've had him wrestle in a way to where he's been protected. He just ain't. He hasn't been in the running for nothing, you know. He's supposed to be
taking quite a few losses when he did lose. He actually took a couple of losses.
Yeah, but they've kept him strong still. My thing is this: don't bring him back until you got something good for him. Maybe once you sort out the whole Intercontinental situation, he can come back, do a little, angle where he can fight for that, Or if you really want to if you're serious about him being a world champion, okay. Whoever went between Drew and Seth, okay. Get that some play. It was the same thing with Chelsea Green for the longest time, bro. When Chelsea Green first came back, she was just kind of floundering. Like they just kind of had her just as this backstage Karen, and then her and Piper Niven, man, lightning in the bottle struck. I didn't think I cared to see them as a tag team. I really didn't. But you know what? Looking back in hindsight, they had a decent run. Piper Niven was another one.
Decent. What do you mean? What do you mean by decent run? Like Piper Niven? Like what? I need you to define that decent run for me.
Well, it was decent in the sense that WWE found something to do with a returning talent. Like they didn't just waste Chelsea Green. Now I'm not saying like their matches were great, but they eventually found something for her to do. Dexter Lumis, we still don't know where the fuck he at. Not that I care anymore, but you remember he was a big thing for like a month, kidnapping people, So I do feel like I think Triple H has good intentions, but I just feel like right now what you also don't want to do is you don't want to just hot shot people in the programs. What was the issue we had with Vince? Vince would just call up people in the middle of storylines and just say,
and not give a damn what they were doing.
So with Triple H, like, okay, look, we got you here with Andrade. He hasn't wrestled a match yet, but I feel like these vignettes are cool because when he finally does wrestle, I feel like it's gonna mean something. Jade Cargill, they could have just threw her in a feud with somebody like, yeah, we got Jade Cargill, blah blah blah. No, okay. Now, do we feel like it's a little long overdue? Sure, but I guarantee you, whatever that first story is, it's gonna mean something, bro. They even took her ass out the Elimination Chamber. So it's like I feel like, man, these new talent, but like you say, let's be real. Let's be real. Everybody that comes back, I can't disagree with you. You're going to sit on the bench. Like some people are just not that good to the point to where WWE is just going to bring you in right away and do something with you. You might have to sit in catering and hope somebody get injured. That's the reality of the situation. But again, at the same time, we've seen this play out. I can't feel bad for Karrion Kross no more. I can't feel bad for these other guys because you know what? You went out on the independents and you were killing it. And the minute WWE signed you to some more money and like, hey man, come back, you came back. You should have made them sweat a little bit.
In the case of Karrion Kross, I feel like he didn't stay long. He didn't stay
not at all
enough.
I don't even think he was gone a year.
Because people still only knew that like I'm sorry, that Gimp suit shit killed him. Like that Gimp shit, that shit killed him. Before that killed him, losing to Jeff Hardy killed him. Like that took away the momentum of him being a badass. And he wasn't that great in the ring, but he was good enough to be the monster kind of badass kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was.
Hey, Bearcat Lee. They did.
Bearcat Lee. Oh man, don't even. I hate it when they do that to my man. Bearcat. What the fuck is this? Who, man? Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that, man. But I just, yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm right there with you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up traumatic memories.
Man, I'm just saying, man. My man came in hot, had a great program with Randy Orton, and you rewarded him by putting him in a onesie and a leotard, and gave him a damn Bearcat sound effect. You took his music, which was the most hype music in the world that people would love.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. WWE's definitely had some fumbles, brother. Definitely some fumbles.
But they have to. But again, like I say, I understand what a lot of people are saying about WWE. I always get it, but at the same time, again, not everybody. Even if you have something small for them to do, are they doing enough to where they're going to be constant? And
Right.
you want to, and then here's the thing that it makes it worse. You want to integrate the third brand, but even when you send the Good Brothers down to the NXT, you send them down there because you ain't got shit else for them to do on the main roster. Yeah. Their whole gimmick, we ain't seen them since AJ Styles left. When do we see them come back? When AJ Styles come back.
Yeah.
That was it. They ain't did that whole entire time. They weren't even going down to NXT. So it's
which
like,
to me, that killed their legitimacy too. Because like, why you're a tag team? I understand y'all the OC as a group, but bro, why if y'all ain't on TV, that don't stop AJ Styles from showing up. So why the fuck does AJ Styles not being on TV? Like y'all, like you said, bro, that whole time. Like now, that would have been a smart time to send them to NXT, in my opinion, because then it would have made sense.
It would have been. It really would have been, because you could have had them down there. You sent the New Day. You sent, you know what I'm saying? And that was just more for hype. Like the New Day is, is over. They're legit. Nobody ain't questioning the New Day, regardless of which two people actually be in a tag team match. Nobody ever questions New Day. But the Good Brothers, man, they should have been down there. They should have been did that. And that could have brought them back. You should have been split the tag team titles. Maybe people would have more to do. But dude, they literally came back just to try to, be cool with AJ Styles, and then Carl Anderson and AJ kind of going at it, which I thought was going to lead to a fight or something, which really hadn't led to anything. But I don't know, man. It's just crazy. But my guy, the show is over. We are an hour 2 minutes in, man. Dude, we got a pay-per-view this Sunday, bro. Live from the Eastside Compound, man. Good Brothers with TNA with Kenny Omega. They were Good Brothers with everybody, man. They've always been the Good Brothers.
Hey, speaking of, man, just on GP, we got to do this, man. Too sweet me.
Too sweet. But yeah, man. We got the pay-per-view live from the Eastside Compound. Your boy's gonna be live and direct, man.
Sure.
We're gonna do what we do, man. Sting's final match, man. We all gonna beat our chest and say, "Woo!" one good time, and we're gonna cry, and then we're gonna cry together. We're gonna cry together.
No, absolutely. But bro, as always, man, that hour changed by quick. Boy, damn. I love when we do shows like that where it just flow by. But like you say, man, we got a pay-per-view that coming up this weekend. We know TK gonna load that some bitch up. Like you said, Sting's gonna be a highly emotional night. They've already announced it. That will be the main event. So we already know what that is. You already said you was hoping that was the case. Well, hey, it's official like a referee whistle, which I'm curious now to where they're going to place the triple threat world title match. But
right before it.
That makes sense. Take you on a high to bring you back down to a low to give you that high one more time. Like crackhead Phoenix, Arizona.
I think once that people realize it's the last two matches, don't get me wrong, each match will have a dead silence kind of moment, but I feel like that'll still work out this way.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But hey, brother, you and I, we're gonna see each other in a few hours. Let me see real quick. Who all showed up tonight?
Man, Clive, Doug, man, Fro showed up, man. We had a new person. Thing ain't working on me. Who was it? It's not Doug. It wasn't Doug. I seen Doug. What was it? Man, where'd he go? Kevin showed up.
Avatar Evolution 2023.
Yeah, Avatar. There it is. Avatar Evolution, man. We appreciate you, man, for hanging out with us and whatnot, man. But man, the usual suspects, man, and a few other folks, man. We appreciate everybody coming on, man. But yeah, man, we gonna I don't know, man. We there's still a lot to question about this talent going over. Like you bring up a great point, Doug, about Bronson Reed, and the whole point is for you to get introduced to guys like him, but you can't get introduced to guys like him when he's not on the show, or he's not being the monster he should be.
Right.
People want to buy into the new Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, they're kind of having a hard time because he seems to be losing every damn match. So it's like, all right, man, whatever. But hey, we don't own the show. We're just professional wrestling fans. We're just giving you our professional fan opinion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW. I'm the franchise. He's the king. And as always, we got to leave you with some very good life advice.
Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.